Sukkot is here. Finally, after Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur, we can celebrate Zman simchateinu, a time of unbridled joy. So you would think that we'd go on this great vacation, or maybe we would redecorate our homes and live in the lap of luxury. But that's not what Hashem has in store for us, not at all. He tells us, go into a Sukkot, say midiras kva, go out of your permanent dwelling, out of your house, v'shev b'diras arai, and dwell in a temporary dwelling. And I grew up in Cleveland, Ohio, where I have to tell you sometimes when Sukkot was late in the year like it is this year, it could get down to the 30s, maybe even colder. It was frigid cold, freezing. We were bundled up, eating the hot soup. And that's Zman simchateinu. That's joy. Indulge yourself, that would be joy. Not roughing it, not camping outside. Oh, but that's where we're wrong. Chazal tell us that when we sit in the sukkah, we are sitting betzila dimemnusa, in the shade of the Shekhinah. We are sitting with Hashem spreading His loving arms around us to remind us of the anane kavod, the clouds of glory that protected the Jewish people from every angle so that no danger or hurt would befall them. Yes, as long as we're together with Hashem, then we're happy. And that's what Sukkot is all about. Appreciate what you have, appreciate what Hashem gives you, even if it's not all that much, or so you would think. Because as long as you have Him, you're good to go. And sometimes, to be honest with you, we're a little bit spoiled. And Sukkot is the time when you take a step back and you say, you know what? Maybe I don't need all of that. Maybe the simple joys of life is really what brings me happiness. A few years ago, I built a sukkah with my class. And almost every year I invite my class to help me. I'm not the world's greatest builder. And they help me take out the boards, and they help me take out the schach. And everyone's helping. But I had one young man in my class who had a disability. He had very, very, very short arms. And building a sukkah was not his thing. Couldn't hold a hammer, couldn't even hold a nail. He couldn't schlep big sukkah boards. But he came over to me and he said, Rebbe, I'd like to help. And I looked at him and I said, you know what? That's right, you should help. No excuses for you. I went up into my shed and I got a beam. It was about 3 feet long. And I took it and I placed it into his arms. He couldn't hold anything more. And I was marveling at the courage of this young man. And then he said to me, Rebbe, I want you to know, this is the first time I built a sukkah in my entire life. You had to see the smile on his face from ear to ear. I couldn't wipe it off. He was so proud. And I see all the other boys lifting big, heavy boards, taking it all for granted. Sukkot is a time when we can't take life for granted. There's too much complication and worry, too much that burdens us, that weighs us down. Appreciate the simple joys of life. Sitting with a family outside with nothing more than some flimsy walls and a little bit of evergreen on top of us. But realize that if we're in the shade of Hashem, everything's gonna be just fine. Have a great Yom Tov.